Hey, what is going on, good people, and welcome back to some more great Ace Attorney Chronicles. So let's jump back in. We've got an important decision to make to start the episode. Okay, so the old summation examination. Damn right we're going to assert our right. Yeah, slap that desk. The defence wishes to assert its right to a summation examination, my lord.
Objection!
Nope. Let the judge speak, you ass.
London is the capital city of the most powerful nation on earth. We have a duty to the world to exemplify the very highest standards of judicial procedure. Summation examinations are an embarrassment that should remain buried.
He's only saying that because now there's a slight chance he might lose.
Objection!
But if it's our right, it's our right. I believe it could prove vital in this trial.
The defence's petition is perfectly valid. The court will proceed with the summation examination.
Nice. Good old judge.
This is madness.
Foreman, are you and the remainder of the jury ready?
Eh? Well, I'm not, There was no mention of this in the letter I received, you see, so... Why is he getting really sweaty? Interesting. So we might catch some people who've been bought off or something. Like that weird knife guy.
All members of the jury will be asked to explain on what grounds they have reached their decision.
Why on earth did they let this fall out of practice? This sounds essential. On what grounds?
You must all justify your decisions and explain why you believe the defendant to be guilty.
Well, my lord, you're rather putting us on the spot.
This is most irregular. No mention was made of this before.
I don't really hold a fault as justified, Lark. That seems to have thrown the jurors off.
It seems none of them have experienced this before.
Alright then, the summation examination. A defence procedure no practising lawyer has attempted for years, is it? Well, just maybe. It might be the opportunity we've been looking for to turn this trial around. Uh-oh, why'd the music stop?
So be it then, ladies and gentlemen of the jury, the court hereby calls upon you to state the grounds on which you find the defendant guilty of this most serious crime.
Okay. Judge getting serious. Judicial findings. So I've never experienced this in any of the past games, but you'd imagine it's the exact same as the cross-examination of the witnesses, right? Let's get a save on just in case, because this might be where we start actually losing lives. So we better be prepared, baby. There was no one else inside the carriage at the time, so it has to have been him.
I trust the driver. He has an excellent memory, it seems. 4 passengers with fares totaling 20 pence.
He stuck the chap next to him just like this. Brazen, I must say. Absolutely brazen.
I have simply typed and collated all the statements made thus so far and drawn the logical conclusion.
You can trust the guild. Fair fares is our motto. We haven't raised prices above 4 pence for years. What? What's that got to do with the court? Or the case, I should say.
The scoundrel stabbing that poor man on the floor. It beggars belief.
On the floor? What are you talking about? I'm starting to wish I hadn't pushed for this now.
Some of the jurors don't seem to have wonderfully formed arguments, though, do they?
Well, let's see what we can do. We need to get these 6 people to change their minds. I'll have to throw everything I can at them and use some very persuasive language.
Just a moment.
Quick tip.
According to my book, that's not quite how it works.
Oh, I thought I was going to have to thaw their icy minds with some heartwarming rhetoric about the defendant. No, you have to defend him, mate.
Unfortunately, once the jurors have decided the defendant is guilty, they're unlikely to heed anything the defence says.
Damn. Tutorial music. But then...
They've reached their conclusions by their own reasoning, you see. Your pleas will sound like excuses. In fact, it could recoil on you. The more you try to persuade them, the more entrenched they may become.
Yeah, we don't want to make them become really stubborn, but you would imagine we only need to convince 3 of them to make the scales even again, and then it might be the judge who has to break the tie, surely. Then what on earth am I supposed to do?
Oh dear, I'm just citing what I've read about British law.
Right, I'm sorry. Do you have any idea how to make this work then?
Well, from what I can understand,
Yeah, slap that book.
the key to this procedure is using the jurors' own words to make your arguments.
Okay, what do you mean?
Well, the 6 members of the jury are randomly selected members of the public.
Oh, are they?
They may appear to present a united front, but the truth is, they are complete strangers who just so happen to find themselves here in the courtroom together.
Right, I think we want to go after the old woman first. The one on the far right, because she's definitely saying an incorrect fact there, whereas the other 5 seemed... Well, the other 4 seemed quite opinion-based, and then the 5th guy was just talking about bus fares, which is nonsense. And that's the way to break them down, you mean? Break them down!
Yes, exactly. We must listen very carefully to what each member of the jury says and see if we can identify any contradictory statements. If we can then contrast the statements and pit the corresponding jurors against each other.
I see, so it's contradictions in what 2 or more jurors say that we're looking for. Good stuff. So I think I've got 2 already. Let's have a look for the 3rd one. In a way then, this is similar to a regular cross-examination. Hey, lucky for us.
Oh, yes, I suppose you're right.
Find contradictions in their statements and pit the jurors against one another inside a steel cage to break them down. Alright, I might be able to pull this off. No, that's not right. Double slap. I have to pull this off. I wonder if we'll get a triple slap in the next case.
Can we start proceedings, counsel? I would ask you to take the stand for this. I am expecting a clear and concise rebuttal.
Yes, my lord. Okay, pressure's on. Keep one hand on the sword. You never know. The defence's rebuttal. Right, this will really be where we start losing lives, you'd imagine. Bing! Let's go. Okay. Yeah, that's... Who did stab him, though? So I wonder if we can get someone to potentially go like, oh, I saw a 3rd person. Oh, hold on. So that would mean it's 5p. So what, is he taking an extra penny for himself and just spending it down the pub? Aha, we might have our 3. But let's work backwards.
Hold it!
Press. Oh, and then you have to pit them against each other. So we'll have to pit the 2 bus people against each other, surely. I really think you should stop waving that needle around.
You heard what the good coachman said before, didn't you? That hideous man stabbed the poor fellow just like this.
Yes, that is what he said, you're right.
McGilded Park is such a lovely little place too. I've always enjoyed resting my legs there while I get on with my knitting.
One of my nieces started knitting recently. I've got a, a bracelet sitting here in front of me that she made. It's a good timing on that. Is it a bracelet for a dude? I've no idea.
And I had thought that anyone who donated such a delightful place must be a fine fellow indeed. I suppose I was wrong. Whoever would have thought he was a miserable, murdering moneylender with not a scrap of remorse?
Oh, help. She's as sure can be that he's guilty now.
The old lady certainly seems to know her mind, doesn't she?
So, we just need to find 2 jurors of contradictory... Okay, right. That's all we're doing. Cool. I think I've got it. Oh, maybe I shouldn't have been skipping that. Apologies.
Well, I took the liberty of doing some research in case you happen to find yourself in just such a situation. Shall I read you what I found out?
It is a little long. Okay, we'll try and just mash through it. Very well, listen. Oh, it's a tutorial! This must be the pit gimmick. Right, here are all 6 people. Pit. Oh, it's a pit minigame. Oh, and then you pick the seat. Okay. Corresponding buttons. Note that you cannot choose the assertion of the jury you initially selected. Nor can you choose assertion of jurors who have changed their leaning to not guilty already. Oh, good to know. That wasn't too long. Oh, damn it! Once you compared, work out, pit. Nice. She wasn't joking.
First step is to listen very carefully.
Blah 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 blah. Alright then. Let's get this right now so I never have to listen to that long and boring explanation again.
That's the spirit.
Okay, so I assume when I press pit, it doesn't matter who you're actually on. Against him.
Objection.
Nice. Those 2 statements clearly contradict each other.
They do? Explain yourself, counsel.
Me? Oh dear, what have I said?
I swear on Silverblaze's main and name I haven't the first idea what you're talking about.
According to the group testimony we've heard so far, there were 4 passengers on the omnibus on the night in question. See? If you want to be a lawyer, you got to be good at your maths. And according to the coachman, Mr. Beppo, he took 20 pence in fares.
Quite right. I have those precise details typed neatly here in front of me.
And juror number 5 also told us the following. Fare from the omnibus is always 4 pence.
That it is, a fair and convenient single price, just the way London's carriages should be operated.
But that doesn't add up at all. In fact, it leaves a glaring discrepancy in the facts. Damn. Why is everyone drinking in court? Why, man? Why? 4 passengers paying 4 pence each. If you do the multiplication...
It would be 16 pence.
Exactly. As I said, it doesn't add up. The figures are different. By 4 pence, in fact. Or precisely 1 person's fare. Okay, so it's not about the pub. It's about the missing stabber.
1 person's fare?
Yeah! Big smash. Yes, in other words, on the omnibus that night, it's distinctly possible there was another passenger we've heard nothing about.
Good gracious!
Nice, cold hard facts.
This can't be right! The coachmen of the guild are good, honest men, one and all. Trustworthiness is our watchword.
The figures your coachman claims most certainly do not add up. Your watchword, good sir, is a fallacy.
I beg your pardon?
Nice, they're all beefing. Good stuff. Mr. Guildmaster, I think you ought to consider that if this trial were to end now, the news will surely spread all over London. The news that one of your coachmen tried to hide the fact that he lets nefarious characters ride his omnibus.
Alright then, how do I make it so this miserable trial doesn't end?
Nice. We got him good.
Well, according to my book here...
Yeah, slap it, girl.
You simply launch a ball of fire onto the innocent side of the set of scales.
Now hold your horses there, coachman. We were all in agreement. Why'd you have to go and... Wait till I get my hands on you, Beppo.
Hell yeah. Good stuff. I wonder will she go not guilty as well?
This is all very irritating.
Begging your pardon, sir, I'm going to do the same. Yes!
Everything's coming up, Millhouse.
For the love of Mike, not you as well.
A penny can be the difference between a smile and a tear, after all. I certainly can't put my trust in someone who doesn't follow my exacting standards in financial matters.
Oh, really?
I, for one, think it's only proper that we hear from the witnesses again.
Yeah, now I can use the accountancy book or whatever it is, the ledger. Look at how overjoyed she is.
Oh, well done, you did it! If we can manage to change 2 more jurors' minds, we can force the trial to continue.
Damn it, we have to get 4. 2 more, actually. There is something else that's bothering me about a couple of their assertions. Right, let's definitely get a save here. Just because we did it. The first hunch was correct.
Then that's where you must strike next.
So I need to pit 2 more jurors against each other and show there's another contradiction in their assertions.
Exactly, you can do it.
Well, the scales of justice have shifted, but they still weigh heavy on the side of guilt. Counsel, you have the floor again. Continue with your summation examination.
I should like what the bookkeeper... Okay, so it said you can't do anything when they've changed their gimmick. Ah, so if there's potentially a missing person here, it could be him and the sweaty dude, right? Yeah, because you could just put them against each other and be like, sorry lads, we've just had quite a clear contradiction that there potentially was someone there. But just in case... Okay, so she doesn't actually say anything we can really use evidence for. Ah, she's still on about the floor. Ah, that's it! The floor and the next to him. Yeah, baby! Lucky we were about to go down the complete wrong road.
Pit. Meet me in the pit. Those 2 statements are completely contradictory. What? Explain, counsel, post haste.
Oh dearie me, I was only knitting a jumper for my other half.
Oh, it's a jumper, my bad. What is all this claptrap? What does contradictory even mean, I ask you? We've heard from more than one witness that they allegedly saw the actual moments when the defendant stabbed the victim. Now, out of curiosity, juror number 3. What? Can't you see that I'm busy here? Ah, he stabbed too hard. How would you say that the defendant stabbed the victim? What sort of motion was it? Ha, want to test me, do ya? It was like this. Stuck the fella next to him without even getting up, just like the prim banker said.
Yes, that was his testimony. Quite true.
Now then, juror number 6.
Oh, is that me, is it? What can I do you for, young man?
How would you say the defendant stabbed the victim, madam?
Oh, well dear, as far as I understand it, it was like this. He stabbed the poor man after he'd collapsed on the floor. The coachman said so.
Oh yeah, but with the picture... Oh yeah. Now don't move! Take a look at these 2 jurors. He stuck the fellow next to him without even getting up. And he stabbed the poor man after he'd collapsed on the floor.
Well, I never. They're stabbing in totally different directions.
What?
Bless my stitches, what a muddle.
What this tells us is that there's a strong possibility one of the witnesses isn't telling the truth.
Oh,
It's blatantly this guy. He looked well dodgy as soon as we first got an eye on the jurors. But why? Why the dickens would they lie? Oh, unless they're on about the 3 other witnesses. I don't know that yet, but what I do know is that if the trial ends at this point, we may never find out. We may never know the real truth. Yeah, big smash. Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, can you really let that happen in all good conscience?
lies, you say? Oh, dearie me.
Yeah!
I can't abide people telling lies.
Ooh, that's 3. Is he going to do it too?
The scales.
I don't believe it!
Oh, the hand is close to the sword. Will we use it?
Wait! Now hear this, my fellow jurors. I warn you, you cannot listen to this man. Look at him in his black suit. He's clearly some devious Eastern sorcerer using magic on us all.
What is he talking about? If I could use magic, do you really think I'd be putting myself through all this?
Answer me this, Dark Jinx.
Huh? Me?
What exactly is the problem? What of it if 2 witnesses have slightly different recollections of events?
What of it?
Let's say the Shylock did stab the victim as he was sat next to him on the omnibus, and this young dandy saw him do it. And now let's say the victim collapsed on the floor and then the Shylock stabbed him again, and this old lady saw him do it. Well, what's to say it didn't happen like that,
Who are you calling a dandy, sir? Why, I should take this knife to you.
Who are you calling old? Why, I should take this needle to you.
Ugh, they're ready to kill each other now. So the evidence is the picture. But could the foreman of the jury be right? Did the 2 witnesses see 2 different moments of the same crime? It is out of the question because of the photo. Unfortunately, Mr. Foreman.
What is it, you Dark Jinx? Come on, out with it!
What you're suggesting is impossible! Hulk smash! It's out of the question!
What are you talking about, man? How can you possibly say that? You do realize that I'm only doing my job. As foreman of the jury, I have a responsibility to steer everyone in the right direction.
No, why is he tapping? Here we go, that's exactly what I wanted to see.
So where's your evidence, man? That's what we want to see. I say the 2 witnesses saw 2 different moments of the same crime. If you say that's out of the question, show me some proof.
Just in case we'll do a safety save, but that's pretty damn hard evidence. What time are we on anyway? We're only been going for 2 more minutes anyway. Unfortunately, it looks like the only way I'm going to convince him is to present him with something he can't dismiss. Some irrefutable hard evidence, as you wish.
What?
I'll give you the proof. It's out of the question that the 2 witnesses saw 2 different moments of the same crime as proven by...
Take that!
This clear piece of evidence. Well, Mr. Foreman? Uh-oh, he doesn't seem impressed.
Do you know what they say about me, young man? They say I've got no powers of persuasion.
Oh, I see. I'm sorry to hear that.
No, but no one will need persuading about this. You're even worse than me. Ah!
Crap, we lost a life. 2 different moments. In other words, the victim was stabbed 2 times. But we have evidence that Oh, is it the knife?
If you'll allow me another chance.
Single stab wound. Crap, we should have gone with that.
Take that.
Yeah, when you see it pop up, it's official. Righty guys, let's get a save on here, unfortunately, and we'll leave it there. Damn it, we lost a life for no reason. I suppose you could be sat there with a sword in your belly, but have been stabbed more than once. Damn, that's unfortunate. That's a bad start, man. But we got 4 more lives, so it's not the worst. Righty guys, if you like the looks of any of these suggested videos flooding the screen, check some of them out and let me know what you think. If you've missed any of the great Ace Attorney Chronicles, then catch up. And of course, I hope you're well. Thanks for watching, and see you again next time when we try and keep our lives.